Good afternoon. This is Harlem Network News, and I am Terri Wisdom. I am your host for today, and this is a great day in Harlem, as is every day. Harlem Network News, as many of you know, is a new media platform. We started at the onset of COVID out of necessity, and it has been quite a journey and quite a necessary journey through this year and a half and all of the pandemics of disparity, Black Lives Matter, just Black people being murdered. It continues, it continues, and it continues. But we are here as the voice of and drumbeat of Harlem to assure that we are all informed and knowledge is power. We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Clubhouse, HarlemNetworkNews.com. This is how you can connect with us and become informed. Today is a very, very special day and a very significant day. It is Grandparents' Day, and we just finished celebrating Grandparents' Day Harlem style. That's going to air at 4 o'clock. And we are doing double duty today. I have here with us the director of the African American Day Parade, which is coming up next week. And that is Imam Yusef Hassan. Please say hello to the Harlem audience and share with them how long the parade's been going on, the significance of it, and what's getting ready to happen right here in 2021. We commend you as we are all still here and still we rise. Imam.
Assalamu alaikum and hello Harlem and the world's community. I'm fired up and ready to go. I think we're going to have one of the greatest virtual parades you're probably going to see in this city and probably around this country. I have a great team of people that have been working with us to make sure it happens. And we have quite a few organizations from around the country and some around the world who has participated and sent in footage for this year's parade. This is the second year we're going to be holding our virtual parade. And it's important to understand why. This is the 52nd annual African American Day Parade. And I think it's difficult for some people to think that while we're not in person, but it's important for you all to know that we've decided this back in March, that we was going to go virtual because we just didn't understand how and why this variant and other illnesses dealing with the COVID was going to affect our community. And we thank everyone for participating all these years and being patient with us. We appreciate that. But our community is more important to us. The health, the welfare, and the safety of our seniors and our children, especially those that come from around the country. And we have quite a few that does. And we're not going to jeopardize the community to have a parade in person this year. So I hope you all will understand that and know why we are doing it. We are a community of people that has really been supportive of the good things in our community, in our health, in our education, and all the other well-beings is very important to me and to the board of directors of the African American Day Parade. So look for a great parade. It's going to be broadcast on quite a few networks this year.
All right.
And certainly you can go to PIX.com and you can see a live stream on PIX, and you will also see it on Scratch Vision. And you that's a DJ Scratch, and you will also see it on our website, AfricanAmericanDayParade.org website. And you'll see it also on Harlem website with our good brother, G. Keith Alexander.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And Harlem Network News is looking to get in there and broadcast on Harlem Network News, as Harlem is a village and it takes a family to make it happen. So if you could just share a little bit about the African American Day Parade because, we always at Harlem Network News want to, assure that everyone is completely informed. The parade has been going on for 52 years. Last year, due to COVID, the parade was virtual for the first time. But it's, to me, a very powerful and empowering parade because it really has been a grassroots parade. I mean, all of Harlem comes out to celebrate. As you said, there are bands that come from some of the HBCUs all around the country, different groups. So would you share a little bit about what it looked like in person and how you have made this transition to virtual? So we appreciate you for your vision and for your care, because I know last year during COVID, you were one of the first events that ahead of time made that decision to go virtual, which really puts you out in front. So thank you so much, Imam Yusef Hassan. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we made that decision once again this year. And I knew we was going to be able to have it in person, but we decided not to because we did not know what this variant was going to do, not only in Harlem and New York, but other parts of the country. So also you can watch this parade on Harlem American Digital Network. That's Keith Alexander's network. That's going to be done as well. Now, this parade has been and will continue to be in person starting next year once again. And I think it's important for us to keep this most monumental piece of our community up front because African American Day Parade is one of the staples of Harlem and our community because Harlem is our home. And I think it's important for us to notice that and understand that because if we lose 2 or 3 events in Harlem that we've been working on for so many years, since the 70s and the 60s, like Harlem Week. If we lose Harlem Week, we have a problem. If we lose the African American Day Parade, we will have a problem as far as keeping Harlem as our home. And that is why we can continue to do this and hold this to this level. Because I think it's important. Everyone have a home. You have little Italy, you have little Jamaica, you have little, all over the city, you'll find some little home, little Chinatown, even little Pakistan. Mm-hmm. Now, where's Harlem? Where's the African American home? Harlem. And that's important for us to understand. So the parade will be here, and it began in 1969.
Wow.
And we started the meetings in 1968 with 13 community members. Mm. And one is still living today, Mr. Abe Snyder, who was my chairman emeritus. And this parade has been functioning every year since then. And I just want to bring this up for a moment, is that we canceled this parade only once. And that was because of 9/11.
Wow.
2021. Mm. And we did that in honor of our city, our state, and our country. The first time we've ever canceled a parade, whether rain, shine, snow, whatever, we always had this parade on the ground and in person.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that because I'm amiss. I first of all, I want to give tribute to all our ancestors and those who have gone behind us and those who are coming. But this is a very somber time in America and in the world. And I, in particular, when you said 911, I want to salute those Blacks that transition in 911, trying to save other people, and those who were part of what I call the attack, the Holocaust. I want to salute particularly those Black people because on national television, on local television, I am not seeing them saluted. It's almost as if we were invisible. If you look at Harlem Network News has started a newsletter that comes out every week. If you are not receiving it, please send your email to harlemnetworknews@gmail.com and we will include you. But we did feature stories on 12 firefighters who passed away saving lives, 12 Black firefighters, and they really have not been celebrated, but one of the mothers in Brooklyn has really taken up the banner with one of the fire captains to assure that her son and all of the other firefighters that passed on are being celebrated. So I think that that's very, very important. Yes, we were a part. Yes, we were there. And yes, we are still here. So very, very critical that we keep that in mind. We have the names of the firefighters, you know, that passed on, the 12 firefighters. The mother who has really taken up that torch is the mother of firefighter Leon Smith. And there's a street name for him in Brooklyn. So we have to continue to struggle, and it goes along with what you said, Imam Hassan, that we have to really keep our traditions. It's critical. There were about 300 civilians who passed due to 911. Black people, you know, some were doctors, some were, office workers, some were educators, all stratas of life. And they were struck at the World Trade Center, they were struck at the Pentagon, and they were also 3 people that were on the plane that, crashed in Pennsylvania. So let's not act like we were not there. If that's what main media wants to do, Harlem Network News wants us to know about us and our history and our culture. So I'm sorry for that interruption, Imam, but I had to make that note. And we have pictures of the hundreds that have passed as well on our newsletter. So please reach out and each one teach one. Thank you. Imam.
Well, the African American Day Parade always salute our leaders in our community. It started way back with Adam Clayton Powell and Shirley Chisholm as our first Grand Marshals.
Right.
And that's why I think it's important for us to make sure we hold our political community accountable. For it's not just our community that's not responding to these type of things for our people. It's the community leaders, and it's also the media. And I think we need to, hold them to account of why we are not. And let me say this: we need to form our own communities and own things to do for our people. We don't have to depend upon anyone to help us because we know they're not going to do that, even with this parade. We have good people that support us, but I think it's important that we keep the best of our people out front and not the negative in our community. And this parade highlights that.
The positive.
Our architects, we have our, unions, we have our good police and our firemen. We have all of those people out front in this parade to be a part of it at least. And we have our, our young people. That's most important to me.
Yes.
So children
Absolutely.
really need someone to look up to who have been training and working all year long with nowhere to showcase who they are and what they've been trained. The mothers and the teachers been training them to do, then stepping in and the marching and all those wonderful things. And we put them on the biggest stage we can, which is the street of Harlem. Every year, we try to make sure that they're up front and make sure that they're seen. And we want to make sure we protect them and make sure they go through this line in a much honorable way. And we also want to make sure that our seniors is always protected in the community. And that's why I think we all need to pay attention to what we are doing here and support it. Because our seniors need a place too where they can come out of their homes and be at home, not come out of their homes and go down on Fifth Avenue and go down on, all these other different avenues just to think that they're going to get some television show. Somebody going to see them on TV. It's not about television. Television go anywhere you want them to go. If there's something negative in our community, they will be there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
One channel. They'll be there showcasing the worst. But most time, it's fine. As long as the people are there, then we're happy with the African American Day Parade. So this is our day, and we will celebrate it. And I think it's also important for us to know this year we are focusing on education.
Very, very significant. Education, particularly here in the Harlem community, all eyes on education, because here it is in 2021, and it's not a secret. The education in Harlem is separate but not equal. And 99.99% of our student population is Black and brown. And we're not getting the same education, and we do pay the same taxes.
Well, we have education for all students. It doesn't matter. Black, brown, white, it doesn't matter to me. The theme this year is education is the foundation. But we want to also know that people understand that we love our culture and our people as well as other people does. So it doesn't think we are discriminating against other people because we have the African American Day Parade. It is because we need to highlight our people as well, like others does. They haven't been a problem highlighting their community and showcasing the best of their people or best or the worst. It doesn't matter. So we want to make sure we do that. So this year we have some special grand marshals and marshals for this year's parade. We want to highlight, Dr. Tony Allen, a great leader and an educator, Delaware State. And then we have Dr. Tarika Barrett, she's another great educator and teacher with the Girls Who Code. Teresa Barrett is, let me look at her, she's the CEO of Girls Who Code, that's what I say. And she's one of our grand marshals. Then we got Annette Gordon Reed, and she is the, I can see this stuff too good sometimes.
I know it's important to get everybody's title right.
The special, well, she's a wonderful woman who's educator at Harvard. And she's the first person that of African descent who received the Pulitzer Prize.
Wow. Okay.
And then we have James Holden, who is the director of the band down at Virginia State University. Mm-hmm. And so those are powerful grand marshals. And our marshals is Penny Panther and George Galdoon, who's one of the co-founders of Harlem Children's Zone. And Dr. Camille Davis and Shamik Robinson and Jennifer Wilson. So look on our website. Go to our website, AfricanAmericanDayParade.org, and I think you can see all of their bios and what they've accomplished and how important it is for us to highlight them and showcase what they've been doing in the community for so many years. And we also will be celebrating a few other people at the Teresa Freeman Community Service Award, which is some great people that we're going to highlight. And also, don't forget, always go to and some of we have some great performances,
Wonderful.
Dance Theater of Harlem, they're participating as well.
Beautiful.
They're going to be very, very much. We have so many other supporters of the African American Day Parade this year because of education. And I think we all need to be a participant and support that in whatever level we can. And we thank our sponsors. I think people don't understand how difficult it is to get people to support the African American Day Parade. Every community support their events, their cultural events. And I remember one time David Dingley, our great honorable Mayor David, he said that we should all support this parade. And I got it all in video. He said, we should all support this parade because we need to keep it going forever in Harlem. That's a powerful statement. And I think we need to listen at what some of our other great leaders have said about how important the parade is. Arthur Mitchell. Now, I know people
Yes,
might not
yes.
know Arthur Mitchell, but Arthur Mitchell said that we all should support the parade financially because when anyone that doesn't have a culture in their life, they're really living in a desert. You know, that's powerful stuff for men like that. You know,
Yes, and Arthur Mitchell was the director of the Dance Theater of Harlem. Started,
exactly.
and he's one of our new ancestors. He and Cecily Tyson, another ancestor who has transitioned recently,
So
were
if you
very.
go to our website, you see both of them talking about that.
All right, all right,
And
all
that's
right.
what I think the people need to understand. So our sponsor this year is very wonderful. The TW Transit Workers Union Local 100 have always been with us,
All right.
never wavered. And I appreciate the directors over there, Tony Tatano, and all the other great leaders over at TW and Local 79, laborers, workers. Those guys has been really wonderful in supporting us each year without wavering, no matter what we've been going through this COVID. And PIX this year decided to pick us up and
Okay.
support us. And that's going to be very nice because we go on PIX.com, then I think you will be able to see a very good virtual parade.
Okay.
And we'll,
Question. And for those of you who are just joining, I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News. And I am here with Imam Yusef Hassan, who is the chairman of the African American Day Parade that is going to happen next Sunday. But question, with PIX, is it going to be on WPIX.com or will they be able to turn on their television and turn to WPIX? How will we set up?
right now, it will be on WPIX.com, the live streaming platform.
Got it. Got it.
But now, if you look at PIX during this week coming up, you'll
Mhm.
see the commercials that will be
Okay.
on the television
All right.
of the parade coming up.
Okay.
So that's important for you to know. And I hope that we've tried all year long to get some of our good sponsors to help to make sure we got live, but we're going to get it done sooner or later. Just one
Yes.
step
Yes.
in the process to make things happen. And it's unfortunate that our people doesn't see how important it is for us to.
Yeah, and I think as people are hearing you speak, and I am just convinced, particularly in this time of COVID and variants and all kinds of disparities that, the scab has come off the wound in our community, that it really has let us know how important these cultural events are, that we've got to keep them going, that it helps to keep the community, that it inspires young people. And I think it's very befitting that the theme is education this year, because certainly these are unprecedented times. Our students here in New York were remote the entire year. And tomorrow they are going back to full in-person school for the first time. So they have gone through a lot. There's been a lot of loss to COVID in our community. And it's just, they have been quarantined from school and, lots of things of that nature. So we really have to stand firm and stand strong.
And
And
the other thing we've done this year is to make sure we give out 3 scholarships.
oh, wow.
Scholarships to teachers, local teachers. And there's a lot of materials, so they don't have to come out of their pockets to pay for materials for children. So we've granted that to three teachers, and we've also granted 3 scholarships to students that are going to HUBC colleges this year.
Okay.
So those are part of what we usually do, to try to make sure that the community benefit from what is actually ours. This is our parade. And that's why it's important for us to notice that what we do is for the best and the betterment of our future. And it also commemorates our ancestors, what they have contributed to this society and to the world. And that's who we are as African American Day Parade. And we will never waver from those 2 points. And it's free. The parade is free to our community. Let's be very clear about this. We're a 503c tax exempt organization. It's free to our community. And we doesn't charge people to participate, and we doesn't pay anyone to participate. And we have live entertainment this year. And once we back up in person next year, we will have live entertainment on the plaza at our reviewing stand on 125th Street and Adam Clayton Powell. And we will focus next year on health. And we will have some of the great healthcare organizations, and we will honor health personnel. And I hope all of you that's listening would at least go to our website and send us some persons that you might think that would be good grand marshals and marshals and honorary guests for next year's parade. You know, right now, to me, the parade is over.
Okay.
So, in my mind.
Yeah, I really admire your organization and the way you move forward. Because like I said, this is Harlem Network News. I'm Terri Wisdom, but you were one of the first people who made the executive decision to go virtual. And you were one of the first people this year. And as you said, as we're approaching the parade, which will happen next Sunday, and what time will the parade start?
Parade will add 12 noon.
12 noon.
Platforms that I've already laid out to all of you. And I hope you will go to DJ Scratch. We go to pix11.com, then you go to our website, and you will also be able to go to our brother G. Keith Alexander Harlem Network website as well. So we have 4 platforms.
Excellent, excellent. And as I said, we're going to talk so that Harlem Network News will be able to carry it as well. And, you know, internationally, people will be able to see it. I know that we love the connection and the being in person. However, there are advantages to being virtual because it means that people all over the world can see the parade simultaneously. And I'm sure next year when you're in person, because you have had such an experience, and we all have with the virtual, that it will be virtual as well, so that people can continue to have this great experience. Can you just share a little bit? I'm not going to keep you too long because I know that you're extremely busy, and I love that great chairman's sash that you're wearing. Beautiful. Can you tell a little bit about what the process has been? Because I know you have a whole technical team, but like, are you going to the sites and recording the bands, or how is it all coming together so that we are seeing this virtual live parade? How does that? What's the process? Thank you.
It's simple. You know, all you have to go to our website and upload on our platform your short video. You know, 1 or 2 minutes, 3 minutes at the most in most cases. And same as well as you could just go to all of our politicians, send us a video of who they are, and we will vet that. We will take a look at whatever you send us, and all of you could send something in. And you should have done it months ago, and it's been on the website for months.
Okay.
So to go to our website, go on the participants form, and then upload your 1 or 2 minute video, and then we'll take a look at it and add it to our program.
Okay, that sounds great. Now with the bands and all of the different groups that are performing, did your team go and record them and incorporate it into the programming? How did that actually happen?
They did the same thing I've just said. They recorded their bands in their neighborhoods, marching and doing things, and they sent it to us to upload into our parade.
Wow.
So it's very simple. I mean, people think it's difficult. You know what I mean?
Okay.
we talked to them, we spoke to those people, and we said, would you give us at least a minute or 2 minutes of, and
Okay.
very happy to do that. And they done it and sent it to us, and really, really nice. Trust me.
Okay. I'm very excited. I was very impressed last year with the parade, and I'm sure this year all of us have grown. Technically, we all pretty much have a PhD in virtual, so I know it's going to be special. Um, just on another note, are there other things that, since I have you on here, I know that you are the chair of the African American Day Parade, but you also, Imam Yusuf Hassan, are a true community activist. Are there any issues or concerns that you would like to reflect on while we have you on the air? Because I know that we have a lot going on here in Harlem. We have the Legionnaire's disease, which has surfaced again in certain zip codes, 10030, 10037. There have 19 people that have died of the Legionnaires. We are grateful to salute our Harlem's own now Lieutenant Governor Brian Benjamin, but that state Senate seat is now open. And we at Harlem Network News have been trying to find out what the process is and who is going to take that seat, because right now we don't have anyone in the seat. And then we have some elections coming up in November. And we have Kristen Jordan Richardson, who won the Democratic nomination for Councilmember Bill Perkins' seat. So we have a lot of things going on, and so goes Harlem, so goes the world. This is the Mecca. So what are your reflections, and what can you share with the Harlem community about Harlem and the directions we need to go in? Thank you.
Well, one thing I'm very proud of Brian Benjamin. He deserved his position. And I think he's just going to be a great leader, not just for Harlem, for the state of New York, because he's just a good guy. His family is a good. I've been knowing him a while, and I think he's just a good guy, honorable young man, and we should respect that. And I also think that we should pay more attention to what's going on in these political. I'm not a politician, and I really doesn't endorse politicians on the platform of the African American Day Parade. But I do see people. I see some really great leaders out there, young and upcoming, because I think we need to begin to look at how we can focus in on getting people that's going to really support our community more than what we've been seeing within the last 10, 20 years. And it's been difficult for our community. You know, things have been changing very rapidly. But I think it's very serious that we try to find some younger people that can be able to help us really navigate this and really be sincere. We have to vet these people very clearly in Harlem. I think that's important. And the other thing is, I work in the healthcare system. I do spiritual, I provide, that's why I do a lot of spiritual care with the Harlem community as far as this parade is concerned. My job is to help keep the spirits up. You know, we keep our spirit real quick. It doesn't have anything to put on the ground and show people that's really positive and doing the right thing. But I do work in the healthcare system, and I encourage most of us who feel that they need, it's not a force, you never should force a person to do certain things. But we have to understand about this virus today. God gives knowledge to all people. God is the Lord of all systems of knowledge, which is health and science and, you know, all these other things. God created it. God gives that information. But it's important for people to make their own decisions. But now your decision could be a big outcome, not just for you, but for your family, your community. Because we know we don't want, I think that most time they know what they're putting in your system to a certain point with these vaccines. But I think the biggest problem is they doesn't know what's getting into your system. and how it could affect you.
Mm.
What they're putting in, they probably can counteract it with some kind of other antidote if necessary if you have a bad reaction. But what's getting in your system and how it stays in your system and how it, in the long run, what would happen, same thing with the vaccine. But we've been taking vaccine for years. It's nothing new.
Right.
And so our young people need to understand you need to protect your babies. You need to protect your mothers, your fathers, your grandparents. And if we allow and we continue to do this, and I want to say this very bluntly, and I'm sorry that people might take it the wrong way. It doesn't matter to me. We have people come from all over the world into Harlem and in New York, and they're bringing viruses and other things in this country. And I don't mean it's not just from the Caribbeans, it's not from Mexico, it's a lot of them from Europe and France and all those countries, people flying in this country, and they're bringing all these diseases in, and it's affecting us in a different way. And most time when we get sick, as African American specialists and other people of different communities, and I don't like to be called people of color. We all have a color, and I think we need to have people of many cultures. So if you get sick in some cases, they might allow you just to, sit there. And I've seen this. But if you are Caucasian, no matter what color you look, seems like people try to help you more, take care of you more, and give you more support. You see, and this is a problem that I see. And I think we need to pay a little more attention there, and our politicians need to speak truth to power on these levels and stop allowing this to continue to happen. That the community doesn't know what's going on. We just ignorant. We don't know. We do know. And they'll say, oh, you're not going to cover that. You're not going to cover this. They don't know what they're talking about. So I understand that. And I think we all should pay attention to our lives and our community and support each other, help each other, and be not afraid to speak truth to power. That's what politicians should do. I don't get it. I just, you'll be there for a little while. How much money can you make? You know what I mean? What's going to happen in the long run if you don't take care of it in the short run? Now, like some of our great politicians, some of these great people are young, they're great, and they speak the truth. And I appreciate that. And I think we all look at it at another level.
I thank you. I thank you for stating that. This is Harlem Network News, and this has been a very great session with the chairman of the African American Day Parade. The parade will happen virtually next Sunday at 12 noon. There still may be opportunities if you have something that needs to be incorporated in the parade for you to be able to upload it on their website. It will air on several different platforms, DJ Scratch platform, PIX.com, also G. Keith Alexander's Harlem Network. And we are looking forward to go across Harlem Network News as well. But I think that what you said about truth to power, we have a lot of issues and concerns here in Harlem. And we can now just not take no for an answer. We cannot have people continue to come into our community and take advantage of the community and profit from the community and profit from the problems we have. And the people are still not benefiting. Okay, that time has gone past. So each one of us really has to pay attention to what's going on, hold our politicians, holding the feet to fire. I was at the actual appointment for our Brian Benjamin as a lieutenant governor. The new governor, Kathy Hochul, actually came to Harlem, was at the state office building, and appointed Brian Benjamin lieutenant governor. And last week, he was officially, took the seat. And that happened in New York City on 3rd Avenue. But one thing that Brian Benjamin said, and I know he knows, he said he knows that everybody here in Harlem will hold him accountable for what is happening. And he is looking to make some changes here in Harlem because we just are not getting the same services. Sanitation is not being picked up. Just some basic services, quality of life has to change. And, you know, he did speak on the fact that as a state senator in his district, there were more of the, you know, New York City housing projects than anywhere. And there is money. Let's be clear, there is money, but the city council person is the person that has to help to get that money to our communities. So we just want to go on record as saying that, and we are glad that you are standing firm, and we thank you.
Well, let me just say this. So I think we miss a lot of things in this community. We doesn't pay attention as a community. We've spent a lot of money in this community, in Harlem, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, to build up parks, to build up community areas for our youth and our children, because they are the foundation. And I've seen lately that they have never still opened up streets for the little children to stand out there and play in the street, in the hot sun, on the pavement. PAL does it. I see them. I said, why are they not taking them to the nearest park over here, where they can play on the grass and under shade trees and get the fresh air? But they're setting them up in the street. And I think that's an abomination because you're not changing the process here. You see, you're keeping it in a place where we're going to get what we're giving back to the community. You're not giving back anything. You're hurting them more with their feet on the sidewalks and the sun baking them down, and they're running around and they're not able to play because it's too hot. But you can close the street off and make it difficult for drivers and people to park, causing more stress in our communities. And I think we need to pay attention to those things and stop allowing it to continue to happen without bringing it to the attention of our politicians, which I believe they know.
Okay. I thank you for making that statement because the parks are critical. And I was with one of our wonderful groups yesterday, the Harlem Honeys and Bears. And those are our seniors that have the water ballet. And right now, all of the city indoor pools are closed. So they really have not been able to swim and practice. A lot of them are in their 80s and 90s. And, you know, that swimming is a sport that they can do. And Hansborough Park, community center, the park is being renovated, the pool. And, you know, we don't exactly know when that's going to be ready. So there's a lot going on. But as you stated, in other communities, there is a pool, Asphalt Green. It's not part of the city pools, but you have to pay to go there. It's $90 a month. Those communities are having what they need, and our communities are not.
We pay taxes. Listen, we pay taxes.
Yes, we
and
do.
everyone using tax money for their own purposes. And we are not allowing our community, our politicians to stand up and say, we pay taxes too. And we shouldn't have to be able to charge me to go to my darn pool, to go to my community event, or go to my park and lay on the grass like other people go and lay on our grass. And they can sit there and relax with their babies and children, but we can't. You know, and that's a problem that we see is continuing to go on because it seems like they're ignoring the African American, Latino community.
Right. Right. It's very true. And when there's a problem, we're going to wind down. And I know we were talking about the parade, but the parade stands for a lot of things. It stands for community pride. It stands for dignity. It stands for fairness. It stands for equal treatment. It stands for our culture and our heritage. So I did not want you to leave without, you know, just giving some insight into knowledge to really what the parade stands for and the direction that we need to move. So I would like to just have you do some closing remarks on the parade. And also I do have some folks from the audience that are asking what the nominating process for the Grand Marshal and the Marshals for the parade are for next year. People are very interested. Thank you.
That's simple. All you have to do is go on our website or email us at info@africanamericandayparade.org. Let us know who you're nominating. Send us a short bio of that person and a small snapshot, a photo. And we will look it over with our team and we will vet them and we will do some research. That's simple. I mean, it's not a big thing. Same thing for any other, organization that want to participate in the parade. We vet everyone. And we need volunteers. Let me say this. If you have some expertise, in social media platforms and your expertise in fundraising, which is important to us, if you wouldn't mind supporting us and sending us that information, info@ africanamericandayparade.org, and we'll take a look at what you could do and how you can support the parade. And we really want people to donate. And we have a donate button. You've got $5, $2, $3, you know what I mean, $10, $20, whatever you can donate. It helps us offset our expenses. Meantime, we just, working like we usually work. But I think the community needs to be more responsible for what is theirs, it's ours, and no one else's. And we need to support it some way or another. So I want to thank everybody. Next week, we're going to have a wonderful parade. Go to our social media platform, and you can also watch it now from last year's parade on the website right now, www.africanamericandayparade.org, and you will see the virtual parade again coming up this Sunday. And so all the information is there. And in January, after Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, same day, everything up. So you can't say I didn't know that the parade was happening. It's posted up in January. And people can upload the information. They can put their participant forms in. They can do all they want to do and join the parade.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're very busy, counting down for the parade. And thank you for your service in terms of your spiritual counseling for the community. And stay strong, stay well. Harlem, stay blessed and stay vigilant. It's very important. And I'm Terri Wisdom. This is another great day in Harlem. This is Harlem Network News, and you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, HarlemNetworkNews.com. We're on Clubhouse, and we also need support. And if you have information or things that are going on, please let us know. If you can contribute an article, in-kind services, or make a donation. This is how we support because that's what it's about. So if you would just close us out, Imam, and if you would close us out in prayer, I think that's very, very critical, especially at this time when we remember all of the 911 survivors and those that passed on, and also all of the COVID survivors and the many people that are passed on from COVID. We're still hearing about folks that have passed on from COVID every day. And, even if you're vaccinated, please wear your mask, do the social distancing practices, excuse me, do what you can to keep your immune system strong. It's very, very, very important. Matter of life and death. As the children go back to school, train them for what they need to do to be safe. So Imam, if you would just pray us out, we appreciate it.
With God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. Dear God, creator of the heavens and the earth and all in between, give us that which is good in this life and that which is good in the next life. And save us, because there are no one that can help and save us except you. We humbly come today. First, we thank you for life. Now we ask that you bless our community. Dear God, take care of the sick, the weak, the dying, those who are suffering from this great disease called COVID-19. Bless those of us who have passed away. Grant them the paradise that you promised them for the good works they've done on this earth. And now we ask you bless each and every one of us from the sound of my voice and those in our community. Give us strength, give us courage, and give us faith to deal with anything else that comes to us in the future. Bless those healthcare workers and all those teachers and all those who struggle to strive to save our young people and our sick. Take care of them too. And above all, take care of all of us who work hard in this community. Continue to remember who we are and always let people know that we're here and take care of our ancestors in the next life of what they've sacrificed. We pray this in your wonderful name. Amen.
Amen. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And on this great Grandparents' Day, and as we approach the African American Day Parade next week, we want to say, keep the faith, baby, as our great Adam Clayton Powell Jr. did. And so goes Harlem, so goes the world. As our great author James Baldwin said, we are the Mecca, and we are still here, and still we rise. Have a blessed and prosperous afternoon, and stay strong. Thank you.